Fantastic. We've got our proposal. Send that off to the Carters, email, what have you. Of course, they're going to love our concept. And in the near future, we should be getting that $2203.50 in as a deposit upon that proposal. Let's imagine that the Carters sent us a check for the amount. To record the check, we would jump off our project tab and go to our accounting, and then we'd go to our cash receipts. Remember, at the beginning of the demonstration, I said that all funds coming into Design Manager go through the same window for our cash receipts. And a lot of the accounting windows in Design Manager have a very similar and consistent appearance to them. You're going to have one tab to enter in new information or record new transactions. Then you'll have an existing tab that displays all of those appropriate transactions that you've recorded in the past so that you can edit them, view them, avoid them if there's errors, etc. So if we go back to our new tab, I'm going to click Add to get to our new cash receipt window. Pop in the Carter's code. And now we simply need to enter in all the information about the receipt. And the new cash receipt window simply pulls us through. First of all, what was the amount on the check itself? Let's imagine they gave us exactly $2203.50. Put that into our amount field. Today's date is just fine for our example. The payment type. How did the Carters pay for it? Well, in our case, they gave us a check, but they may have paid us in cash, or of course used any of the common credit card transactions. Now, Design Manager has partnered with Cayenne, one of the largest credit card processing companies in the country. If you subscribe to that service as well, not only could you record a cash receipt from your client on Visa, MasterCard, American Express, etc., when recording it into Design Manager will then go out to Cayenne Secure Gateway and actually process the transaction for you so that Cayenne can get the funds into your associated banking institution as fast as possible. Let's leave our example set to check, as we said. We can optionally put the client's check number in. And now we want to tell Design Manager, well, what does this receipt actually pay for? And there's really two areas that it could do so. Our first grid is for recording all of our deposits and or retainers from the client, just like we have here. It's our proposal number 3, for which our receipt will be for. But the clients may also be paying off any invoices with current balances on them. So the bottom grid is our payment on invoices grid, and we can see invoice 10,003 still has a balance due of $1155.28. So you can always use the new cash receipt window to allocate or distribute the payment to the appropriate areas that it needs to go. So we can tell Design Manager our check is for a deposit on our proposal just by tagging or selecting it on the client deposit grid. When we do so, we can see our totals recalculate. So we have one deposit of $2203.50 for our proposal. No payments on invoices in our case right now. So our total receipt matches the amount of the check exactly with a difference of 0. Now, if a difference was being displayed there, Design Manager will of course alert us to that fact so that we can either appropriately change the amount to what it really says on the receipt or change our distribution of that receipt to the various deposits, retainers, and or payments on invoices. If we click OK from here, we can see our deposit entry on our new tab of our cash receipt window. All of the receipts are totaled conveniently in the top right corner. And now all we have to do is optionally print a journal of our receipt records, if so desired, and click the Post button. Before posting any fiscal transaction in Design Manager, it's always going to warn us to ensure that we do indeed want to post the receipts into the current fiscal period. By clicking Yes, Design Manager removes our deposit receipt from our new tab, and it's now listed on the existing tab at the top of the grid, and we can there see our check from the Carters for $2203.50. And if we look back at some of our past windows, on our proposal window, we can see that proposal 3, we've not only requested, but now have received our deposit as desired, and even the client's check number and date of the receipt. And back on our specifications, we can see that our custom sofa has moved off of awaiting client approval to need to order. So by simply recording the deposit itself upon our proposal, Design Manager moves it down the design cycle through the item status codes to need to order.